Because I don't like spoiling people. If you haven't read the Fantasy Adventure webcomic Castoff, go read it right now. You will not regret it. Oh, and if any of my friends are watching, please read it. I currently have no one to scream about it with. So I'm gonna scream at Star a bit. How could you? Okay, that is out of the way. The Castoff Discord and comment section have indeed been screaming and crying at Star because of the latest page, the title page. Chapter 14 is titled The Circle, and we see the Blubbers very traumatized. Now it is time to mention that Ariana, my favorite girl, is very dead. And also they are in Sage's bedroom for no reason in particular. This video is part screaming at Star for killing of my favorite character, and also theories I've crafted myself, and that I've seen shared on the website and on Discord. Now, time for theories! Before I get into my and others' thoughts for chapter 14, I want to touch base on theories based on previous chapters and what we know. We previously thought that Zero was Ariana's dead brother, but with chapter 13, we now have an idea of what actually happened. I fully ship Dead Sleep. I'll admit it, Zero was Luca's love interest, and that is why Zero adopted the name Marcel. Now, I have been scratching my head on how Luca's body ended up as a murder scene in a tower stairwell, but that's besides the point. Luca is, or should I say, was Chegai in the prologue. Remember at the start of chapter 11 when Sarah accidentally called Liam by the wrong name? Luca! That name seemed random at the time, but little did we know just how important that name is. Now that is out of the way, I want to look all the way back to the prologue. We previously established that Luca Marcel, Ariana's brother, was Chegai. We also now know that Sage Miller casted the spell. The very same Sage who needs to pay his child support. All jokes aside, every time I reread the comic, I take note of pages 10 to 12. If you look carefully, you can see the cast quite clearly, and that is something I just wanted to point out. Chapter 14 theories, let's go! After chatting with fellow fans on Star's Discord server, I should say we've kind of come to the conclusion that, in my own words, Star is Ariana baiting us. We know that this is actually Ariana's second death, so some theorize that her Castoff power is resurrecting. However, if that were the case, then why the heck would her eyes glow red when she gets angry? I personally think her powers have something to do with anger. She's easily irritable, pissed off with the Royal Guard, and pissed off at everything, really. Besides, I literally just recently realized, wait, their eyes glow whenever they use their power. This revelation had more to do with Vector's being permanently active, because he is a Castoff. However, I think this can also be applied to Ariana. I think we're going to learn more about Ariana and her powers in this chapter. The Spoilers and Theories channel on the Discord family believe that this title page has given us several clues as to what's to go down. I believe we will learn more about the Blubbers, especially Ariana. Now I'm going to scream a bit. I swear on the goddess, Ariana must come back. You cannot keep her dead for long, Star Pritchard. Okay, now to the second part of this. Stop! What have you done? This page has been a bigger punch to the gut than Ariana's death was. Anyways, besides the jam and egg jokes we've been coping with, an interesting theory has come up regarding the opacity of Ariana's jam egg. We've seen faded gems in previous chapters, and the main details that has been pointed out is that these faded gems are clear. Ariana's gem, however, is egg-colored. It's opaque, just a milky white. And yet it looks like an egg. So the theory is that Ariana isn't dead or isn't properly dead because her gem isn't clear. We've also been pointing out that in chapter 11, Ariana asked Marina about the extent of her powers and then ominously clutched her side. Someone in the Discord theorized that she may not remember her first death, but her body certainly does. Side note here, after some discussion on the Discord, a new theory has emerged regarding Luca, Sage, and Chegai. It is now believed that Luca was the one who witnessed the Castoff spell and was therefore executed. If you really think about it, it makes sense. Star. Why? Okay, it's time for the final part of this video. This page is huge as it confirms one massive thing. But first of all, Vector knows he teleported to Sage's house. Many are saying that he saw the Castoff spell circle in the spellbook in chapter 1. But I initially thought, whoa, he retained some memory from Jedi. The latter is very unlikely, of course. However, with that comes the main revelation. Vector thinks he can control his teleportation. Or at least where they end up. Let's talk about how much this kid has gone through in the span of one day. Basically, chapters 11 to 13, and at least the part we are in chapter 14. We don't know how much of chapter 14 is going to be in this day. Now, to finish off, some lovely memes from the Castoff Discord. Some speculate that Ariana will just casually wake up to a horrified cast. Also, we went from joking that she spilled the jam to Ariana's jam is an egg. Well, that's all I've got now. I gotta process my emotions in preparation for Friday's page. Rest assured, there will be more Castoff meme videos in the future. Like and subscribe if you made it this far. Maybe leave a comment and bye!